Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, now we are going to discuss short response. Basically, how you're going to answer, how you're going to respond to question 3B of your paper 1. Now look at this. Tips for writing an opinion based response. Before writing a response, skim, read back through the text to identify things that are said about the persona or perspective identified. We have discussed earlier that while you are doing short response, you have to keep a few points in your mind. Basically, they are 3 or 4 points. First thing, that your question starts with the word imagine, right? So you have to imagine being that person given in the question. This is not about your opinion. This is opinion based response, but this is not your opinion. This is the opinion of the person given in your question. So what you have to do, basically, you have to skim, read back through the text to identify things that are said about the persona or second thing is perspective. If your question tells you that the person that you are being imagining, that you are that person, if the perspective of that person is in favor of something, you are going to give a positive response. If it is against something, then you are going to give a negative response. This is second thing. Third thing is that you can use the information given in the text only. You have to go find out that part of the text and look for implicit ideas, hidden ideas. Look for them, and once you have found them out, you can use them for your answer. If there are 3 or 4 points there, you can just take out one point and then explain it with your own words. One thing. Then there is one more thing. Usually in this question, you are being interviewed by someone. There is an interviewer who is asking you about something. Sometimes it is a survey question. So you have to understand that if it is an interview and you are talking to someone, the tone that you are going to use, it must be a spoken tone. You are talking to someone, like you are answering. If you do that, then definitely you can get 5 out of 5 for your short response. And if you are writing a response, then it can be a flat one also. But if you are talking, then it must be different. Like if somebody asks you, did you like your stay at the hotel? If you have been asked, if somebody is interviewing you, you can simply write, oh yes, I really liked my stay there. That means you have to use this tone while writing. You can use exclamation marks there. That shows that you are talking to someone. You can make it a bit emotive. You can show your emotions if you are talking. If you are writing, you can just write it in your own way, the way we write things. So skim, read back. This is done. Circle anything in the text said or done by the persona, people sharing the perspective identified. So you have to look for the perspective given in the question. Consider what can be worked out about attitude or opinion from the evidence you have found. When writing a response, try to think of a way into the role or position. That means you have to imagine that you are a teacher, you are a scientist, you are a parent, you are a child, you are a student, anyone, a person who is given in the question. Creating a voice for your persona may help with this. Use the guidance in the question to help frame your answer. Do more than state the opinion. Try to offer reasons why and or offer a more detailed explanation to clearly illustrate the attitude or perspective. Once you have identified that where you can find the relevant information, go for implicit ideas, understand them, take out one or maximum 2 points. 1 point is enough. Take out 1 point and then explain that in your own words. Now once you are explaining it, So you have to explain it from the perspective of the person given in question. And uh, this is a short response. Usually 7 lines are given for your response. 7 lines. So you need to write your short response in those 7 lines only. It is 7 lines. There is no need to make your short response a directed writing task or a complete essay. So take out one point and then explain that, or 2 points and then explain them. Give reasons that why this point is justified according to the perspective of the person given in the question. Okay. After writing a response, read through the answer to check whether details can be added from the text to further support the points. Once you have written the answer, read it again and check that whether your answer is correct according to the question or according to the perspective of the person given in question, according to the information given in the text. Check it again and read it back. Okay, let's have a look at this example task. This is an example task of a paper 1 question 3b task. The question below is annotated with some guidance for the candidates to help them prepare their answer and encourage them to focus on what the question is asking for. This information is not given to candidates in the examination, so that means this is just a specimen help for you. You are not going to have this kind of information in your paper. This is a specimen help. So let's read the question. Imagine you are Kent Linwell, one of the owners of the hotel. So you are a person who owns a hotel, right? You are interviewed. So you are interviewed by a local news program about the effect that hotels are having on the forest environment. Give your answer to the interviewer's question using information from the text. Now look at the question. What is the question? Interviewer's question. Some local people think that your tree hotel might have a negative effect on forest environment. Now, what is the perspective of a person who owns a hotel? So definitely you are going to defend your hotel. You will say that no, it doesn't have any bad effect. So you need to understand the perspective that sometimes students think that okay, I think it is going to have bad effect or it is going to have that. But if you own something, you are the owner, so your answer must be in favor of these three hotels because you are building them, you are making them. So you think that they have good effect on the environment, that's why you are working on them. So the perspective is you are a hotel owner and your perspective is in favor of hotels, and then after that you have to write your answer that people think that tree hotels are bad for environment. You have to defend your tree hotel. How will you start? The purpose of the response is to show that you have understood particular perspective, that means perspective of this owner, and attitude or opinion suggested in the text. This part of the question is the opinion based response. You will answer as if you are Kent Linwell, giving and explaining his opinion in detail. The response to this question needs to be in the role of the person from the perspective identified. You should aim to offer a developed answer from this point of view. The audience for the response is the interviewer, so you need to focus on answering just this question they have asked. So if somebody is interviewing you and you have been asked this one question, so you will answer only this question. You are not going to beat around the bush and talking about something else. 7 lines, so you have to fill those 7 lines while justifying your answer. Question 3b is only marked for content. You need to show that you have or you can use the relevant details and hints in the text to work out what King Linwell's opinion would be. So this answer is going to be marked for the content only, not for use of language or not for your quality of writing. So you have to write your opinion. You have to take out the relevant content and then you have to write it. That's all for short response. Inshallah, we'll work on this and we will keep on talking about this. Allah Hafiz.